Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks. Labor's Local 663, who reminds us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Everyone wants to go home safe tonight. Shelter Insurance Agents Grant Baker and Aurora, Sean Holman in Lockwood, also presented by the Bank of Billings, established in 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. Labor's Local 663, Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, Great Southern Bank, and Doak Propane. Here, and we welcome in Central Bulldog head basketball coach Jordan Epps. Coach, thanks so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Second year at Central, first year in the number one chair, so to speak. Already surpassed wins from a year ago, 7-11 on the season. But Coach, tell us a little bit how the season's gone, and it seems like you kind of turning the corner.
Yeah, this season a lot about growing and getting a lot of these young guys that experience that they need. We lost a lot of really close games to a lot of really good teams in the area, which it's hard to lose games, but when you look at the bigger picture, I think it's going to be helpful for us going forward.
Well, you go back just looking at that clever tournament, a 2-point loss to a good Fairgrove team, a 12-point loss to a very good Catholic team. Um, Tell us a little bit about your team, the makeup of your team. You mentioned that you're young, kind of handicap it a little bit, by what classes everyone's in.
Yeah, so we got right now we have three freshmen. Two of them start, and the third one gets some meaningful minutes. Followed by a sophomore, probably one of our better athletes, better player, in my opinion, probably in the area, in Antonio Starks. And then that's followed with four juniors. A lot of them getting a lot of big minutes for the first time on the varsity level this year. And then that's capped off with the three seniors we have.
Coach, the Central football kind of turned a corner this year. Got 4 wins. Numbers are coming out. Do you feel like your numbers are kind of starting to get better?
Yeah, we actually had a lot of numbers, and I had to actually cut a lot of kids this year, which it always sucks to cut kids, but it's also a good problem to have when you have to cut your numbers down a little bit. So I think the numbers for Central Athletics overall through all our sports programs are improving, and that's really good to see.
Kind of give us a little background on you. A lot of folks are familiar with the name, but where you went to high school. I mean, we're on all across the state. We just got done with CBC head basketball coach Justin Tatum just about 10 minutes ago. So we're getting viewers from around the state. Kind of fill them in on your background, where you went to high school, college, and how you arrived at Central.
Yeah, so my background started at Nick's High School. Um, Graduated in 2012. We were runner-ups when I was runner-up in state when I was playing basketball there under Coach Osborne. After that, I went to Missouri Valley College for a year, where I had a pretty good season. I was able to have a Freshman of the Year awards, All American, All Conference, and good stuff like that. So that propelled me to move up, so to speak, to Central Missouri, where I played for a couple years. Was had a fortunate enough to be on a really good team that won Division II national championship my first year there. And then I finished out over at Avila College with Coach Rodney Perry for my senior year. And then that led me right into coaching at Glendale. And I was there for 4 years before I came over last year to be the JV coach here at Central. And then that leads me to this year where I'm taking over the reins a little bit.
You kind of had a myriad of head coaches as you look back. National championship, a state runner up with Coach Osborne. Tell us a little bit about where you pull your stuff from. From you, I mean, your coaching style. Where does it come from?
Yeah, so like you said, I was fortunate enough to play for some really, really good coaches. And being the point guard, I always had to have a good memory. So I kind of just used my coaching style from a little bit pieces from all of those guys. Whether it's an X and O's type situation from one, or to the way maybe I run my practice from another. I kind of just bits and pieces from all of them.
As you look back at your time at Nixa, Coach Osborne having just gone into the Hall of Fame. Tell us a little bit about Coach Osborne and what makes him special and just able to just continue to get 20-win season after 20-win season.
Yeah, I think with Coach Osborne, he's definitely a player's coach. He's gonna let you play your game, um, all within his system as well. So I think that's what helps him be successful over all these years. Is just he's got guys and he knows they can play, so he lets them really play and let loose a little bit. And I mean his record shows for itself how good he's been over the years, and I think that's one of the reasons why.
What was the toughest, I guess, thing that you had to kind of adapt to moving from that assistant role into that number one chair? What's been the biggest challenge, and maybe with some things that you weren't really aware of that a head coach had to do?
Um, I mean, you just a lot more people you have to talk to, and a lot of little things you have to do outside of basketball to make sure your program's moving in the right direction. Whether that's staying on top of your grades with your students, or even the little things like fundraising to make sure we have some funds to get through the season for anything that we might need. So it's been a little bit of a lot of little things that I started to adjust to. But over the last few years, coaching as an assistant, I was under some guys that actually let me do some stuff on my own, grow as a coach individually, and give me a little more responsibility than a lot of assistant coaches don't get. So I think that really helped me prepare for this moment. I think McTagg over at Glendale and then Brandon Kimber really knew that I wanted to be a head coach one day, so they kind of groomed me to help me get to where I am.
As you head into the last, 20% of your regular season, I believe you're at Lebanon coming up, maybe Monday or Tuesday.
Yep.
Then you head into districts. Kind of tell us about what your goals are coming here down the stretch, and when do you seed for your district tournament, or you may have.
So just these last few games in regular season, we're really trying to get us where we need to be for when districts start. Hopefully, get some wins and build some momentum going into the district tournament. I'm sure, as you've seen, our district is pretty hard and pretty tough. So we're gonna really need to buckle down this last month to figure out a way how to get by and get through our district.
As you look at that district, you mention it. You've got Nixa in that district, Ozarks in that district, Republic's in that district, Joplin, Kickapoo is in
Yeah,
that district, and Carthage. So it's maybe one of the toughest districts in that class, and it's Class 6, District 5
yeah.
across the state.
Yeah, I think it's definitely one of the most, if not one of the toughest districts in the state. I mean, you got the two state-ranked teams out of Nixon and Kickapoo, with a few right behind them that could be ranked at any moment or probably receiving votes. I haven't really looked too much at the rankings situation, um, but when it comes down to seeding, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it shakes out. Nixon has the one seed locked up this year, and followed with Kickapoo. But outside of that, I mean, it's really a toss up how it's going to be figured out.
You bet. Well, again, visiting with Coach Jordan Epps, Central Bulldog head coach. And coach, thanks so much for being generous with your time. I know we kind of moved around times, and
Yeah,
Coach Tatum up at CBC, he had to move some things around too this morning. Had some things he had to deal with his daughter, that he had to take her some stuff to school, so we had to move his. And we had Dora on early this morning, so we've kind of hit every corner of the state so
right.
far today. But I appreciate you being part of it.
Yeah, well, I thank you for having me. It's always nice getting to talk to you guys and let my voice be heard a little bit. I know it's you got a great platform here, so it's great to really be on here.
Hey, I appreciate that, Coach, and you're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Keep it right here at MissouriSportsNetwork.com. Coach Epps, have a great day. Good luck the rest of the season. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you. Talk to you soon.